What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? This is Big Dog. I did something that I was going to be putting on YouTube a while back, but I decided not to for whatever reason. So basically, I still have a couple things to talk about on that one. I may have to redo it before I decide to put that one on YouTube. And I was talking about the Springfield XD40 and the M&P 40 made by Smith & Wesson. But enough about that. I'm here to talk about my weapons and what needs to be done, what I'm going to be doing, and everything else. The first one I'm going to be talking about is my Bushmaster right here. My Bushmaster, when I first got this weapon, it didn't look nothing like this. And I got this weapon, believe it or not, at a very reasonable price. I'm not going to tell you the price. All I'm going to say is that it was very reasonable. You can take my word on it, or you're not. Also, when I first got this weapon, it looked like your standard M4 minus the sights. The sights I had to pay to put on it. It did come, though. It came with the scope. After I added the scope to this weapon, it helped with me shooting the weapon, believe it or not. What I did as a dumbass, I just took it down to the range only with just the scope and no front and rear sights. The sights itself, let me move this up in front. I don't know if this is a clear picture or not, but it's made by Diamond Head. Diamond Head has a pretty good reputation in the gun community as far as putting sights on weapons such as M4s. And anyway, between the sights, the railing, and this part right here, plus what I paid for the weapon, I put in a pretty good amount of money. Believe it or not, the railing itself was, it was about $35. $35, believe it or not. This grip right here, made by Magpul, this right here was about $12. But the diamond-headed sights, that literally was like about $89. Now add that on top of your average Bushmaster, and you can see what I paid. There's Bushmaster there. One of the reasons why I also got the weapon was not only because of the price, but it also shot, 5.56 and 223 multi-caliber weaponry. Anyway, this weapon right here, I know this is going to sound silly, but I called this Homegirl. Reason why is because this was literally my first AR that I ever bought. And she's been by my side. She hasn't done me wrong. And I'm going to keep her straight. Now, I still have a couple more upgrades to do, but after those 2 or 3 upgrades that I get, I'm going to have her the way that I want her. Now, one of the things I'm planning on doing, this is right here, is the standard charging handle for the weapon. And it's pretty good, but I've been looking online and looking at other places and whatnot at the different types of charging handles. And I believe that I'm going to put a different one on there. That's probably going to cost me anywhere from $45 to $50. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I added this recently to Homegirl. And this right here is the buttstock. A new buttstock. Pretty much it's like an add-on piece to the standard buttstock that it already comes with. And that cost me in the range of, I believe, about $30. Which ain't too bad. Anyway, I'm also going to be adding a new trigger mechanism, which is nothing wrong with the standard trigger that comes with the weapon. But all in all, the trigger mechanism that I'm going to be adding is going to give it something close to a hair trigger. And that's going to cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of, probably in the neighborhood of 150 to close to $250, depending on the one that I get. So after I get a new charging handle, new trigger mechanism, and a magnifier, I'm probably going to be coming out about anywhere from $500 to $800. But once I do that, she will be lovely. Alright, but like I said, this is homegirl right here. Next weapon I'm going to be going to is this weapon right here. Also made by Bushmaster, as you can see. And this weapon right here, the reason why I got this weapon because it shot 6.8 caliber rounds. Some people, y'all know what I'm talking about. Some people, y'all don't know. Pretty much, what is a 6.8 caliber round? Well, in a nutshell, you have a standard rifle that's 5.56, and you have an AK round. This pretty much gives you the punching power of an AK round and the distance of a 5.56. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, this railing system, they say it's pretty good, but I'm going to have to add something to it underneath so I can put like a little Picatinny railing system, I think it's called. I'm going to have to add something there so I can put a grip on that as well. And it already came with the sights, with both front and rear sights, and it came with this right here, this these hollow sights. And so far, for the price I paid, it was pretty damn good. It was well worth it. I'm still gonna have to add one or two things to it. Like I said, I'm gonna put a Picatinny railing system on it, so I can put a grip right there, maybe a flashlight, and maybe a magnifier as well. And all in all, so far, I've shot her recently. She does got some kick, but she is well worth it. This is a weapon worth having. I can't say nothing bad about her. She shoots straight, she shoots fair. Alright, now the last, and by the way, like I said, this weapon's name is Loyalty. Now this weapon that I'm putting up right here, this is a DPMS. Like homegirl here, she's a multi-caliber, meaning that she shoots 223 and 5.56. And all in all, she's not bad. I just added this new railing system on here about day before yesterday. Today I put a grip on her. And there's still one or two things that I'm going to have to add. This one also, like I said a minute ago, also comes with both front and rear sights. Now, I know what some people are thinking, why have two? Two ARs. Well, two of the same type of caliber ARs. One, having multiple ARs is always good. And besides, that's what I like, so that's what I'm going to get. And that's just me on that front. But all in all, I may keep this one simple, a little bit less expensive, depending on what I'm going to do to it. Like I said, she's lovely, but all in all, I still have a lot of shit to do. This one's going to take me a while to get her right, but once I get her right, there'll be, excuse me if I'm tumbling over my words a little bit, because this is really my first time doing this technically, of me putting this on YouTube. I'm going to be adding another set of trigger mechanisms on this. Like I said, when it came to homegirl right there, this one, yeah, like I said, I'm going to be putting a different type of trigger mechanism on it. The standard trigger that comes with it, it's good, but I just want something better. I want to make sure that it's set out the way that I want it to be set out, so I can be ready. But all in all, she shoots strong, she shoots true, and she shoots fair. I can't say nothing bad about this round. About this weapon. I've shot it a few good times, so there ain't no problems. Hasn't malfunctioned, hasn't done me wrong. That's why I call it respect, because you will respect it, especially after the way I get it tricked out the way that I want. And that's my 2 cents. And that's all I got to say.